Hello and welcome everyone, I am Madals and welcome to another StarCraft 2 England cast. Today I've got a Heart of the Swarm game. It is between GLon, the red Zerg player in the lower left position, and the blue Protoss in the top right is the one, the only, LGIMSeed. So a literal top of the rank, top of the pile, absolutely incredible Korean player against GLon, who I believe is like at least top 10 Grandmasters on the Heart of the Swarm servers at the moment. So this should be an absolutely incredible game that I am super excited to see happen. So I hope you're all just as excited about it as I am, because we are about to see hopefully something pretty magnificent. So far everything is looking pretty good. It's a ZVP, so we've got the pylon coming down outside the natural for seed, ready to get up the either Forge Fast expansion or the Nexus first build. That's the most likely things we could be seeing. It's possible you can get a gateway off of this, but it's quite unusual to see that. Usually if it's going to be a gateway, you'll see the pylon up in the main and then it come down. So we'll wait and see where that comes. The probe just on its way over to scout, getting a good look, what's happening, what's going on. Checking on the spawning pool timing predominantly. GLon could be getting that anywhere between 14 and 15 if he's going for a standard build. I imagine he's probably going to get it at 14 just because it's a more common thing to do. It makes you a little bit safer. Perhaps though, since he's up against seed, he might leave it, but he's got enough money for it now, so straight away chucking down that spawning pool. 14 spawning pool, very, very normal. The probe, of course, does see it. It's just doing a little bit of harassment over on the drone line. Nothing too much, just trying to throw GLon off his pattern of thought. Meanwhile though, from seed, he's already up to 200 minerals, so definitely going to be seeing a Nexus first come down here, which means a great economy, but a slight bit of vulnerability earlier on during the game. The probe now coming down towards the natural, so going to be immediately starting to block off that natural base. So, what do? You send the second drone you brought and down, and you just take the third first, because you're always going to be seeing that, well, the Protoss player is getting up their natural, getting up that Nexus really, really quickly. We've seen Seed gone for the Nexus first there. So that means you're going to have to take your third base very quickly anyway. So just take it first. Avoid the delay caused by the pylon block or by the probe just being irritating. So good play out of GLon at the moment. Meanwhile, the Forge now just getting started. The Overlord coming in, seeing a good amount of stuff, seeing that it was a Nexus first, seeing that the Forge was coming down. So everything is going as expected. Everything is really a-okay for both of these two players at the moment. Now, of course, let me just say, if you're enjoying the casting and you want to see some more, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube, because I've got so many games up there, over like 750 I believe. I also get a game up every single day of the week. Do like this video, because that means more people will see it, and leave a cool comment. Let me know your prediction right here, right now, this second, who you believe is going to win this game, whether it's going to be GLon or Seed. I know who I'm predicting for. It's probably going to be Seed. He's quite insane. I mean, it's a step up from just being a good Grandmasters player and being Seed. So we'll wait and see if that does occur. The double gas now on its way. The Nexus just finishing up. Of course, we've got the third base, which was the second hatchery, on its way now for GLon, so that's nearly finished. The third started up. That was quite a reasonable time. If we take a quick look here, it's 16 seconds through, so call it like 4:25. Only fractionally later than you might want. The Zergling count at 2, that's what find the two queens there. Cybercore now on its way out for seed, so everything really as we'd expect at this moment in time. Nothing untoward is happening. What I am really liking is these Zerglings just running around, getting a good check, making sure that there's no proxy pylons or anything. Attack commanding queued up all over the map. Just make sure nothing is hidden. There's nothing going to become unexpected. The other thing, which is actually really cool, a lot of Zerg players can learn from, is that if you are concerned about what your opponent's doing, think of how little a Zergling costs you. Just stick a Zergling here, for example, on patrol command, just going back and forth. That way you get a great knowledge of any move out, any units coming out of the Protoss' base, or the Terran, or even the Zerg players. So do keep an eye on that. Mothership Core now en route. So this is the first non-Wings of Liberty thing we've seen. So far everything is identical to what we're seeing in the current metagame in Wings of Liberty. So the Mothership Core, of course, opens up some dynamic options. For a start, you've got that recall, which allows a Protoss player to be a lot more aggressive early on without the risk of losing it, because you can just instantly recall back to your Nexus and be completely fine. But we are seeing, even before the Mothership Core is out in the field, that actually it's going to be a little bit of Zealot Stalker harassment. The Mothership Core now on its way, catching up. Of course, you've got that mass recall, 100 energy, but That'll get up quickly. The watchtower held though, so straight away GLon knows that, well, the mothership core could have been coming. He's built a couple of Zerglings straight off the bat. Looking at the worker counts though, that's the next important thing. 36 to 37. That should start going in GLon's favour now that this third hatchery is down and he's injecting off all three of them. He's got a good number of Zerglings on the field as well, up at 14. So he can come and harass this incredibly quick third base out of Seed. So straight away here we're seeing that Seed, he wants to go into the macro game, and GLon is going to go and try and punish that. And to be honest, with only this mothership core there, he may have quite a fun time straight off the bat, because Seed, he's going to have to do some good damage. He's got the stalkers there. The mothership core actually does provide quite a bit of ability to deny this early aggression, with the photon cannon now finished up as well. Seed is in a great spot, and I really like this strategy. And the reason you can afford to go for this such an early nexus is due to the fact that you've got the photon overcharge ability on the mothership core, allowing it to become that massive great siege weapon and hold off any of this early poking and prodding. So Seed's thought process here is absolutely brilliant, and it's really utilizing the new abilities and new units available in the game as we speak. So here we go, Twilight Council is down, we've got 2 additional gateways on the way, the +1 ground weapons nearly finished up. So what I'm waiting to see is what's going to be coming out of this Twilight Council. Is it purely to start the +2? Maybe. Is it going to be a tech buff? Because the one thing we're not seeing anywhere across this game so far is, of course, the robotic facility. Because there we go, Blink is now on its way down. A 4th base coming from GLon. That's in a direct response to this 3rd. Staying a base up. Some principles never change to expansion. So this is all great news. And a little bit of lag there from the beta client. So that can be a bit frustrating. But yeah, so far so good. The Spire now en route. Of course, for those of you who don't know, Mutalisks, of course, with the insanely good health regeneration now in Heart of the Swarm. 1 health per second, that's pretty big. But this Blink Stalker play could be really, really effective. And going for a Spire, and as a result, the Mutalisks, it's probably the second worst thing you could come up against is, of course, Blink Stalkers. The worst being, say, Mass Phoenix. That would be pretty bad for you. But Blink Stalkers are still going to be quite effective against those Mutas. So, all in all, this is going to be something that Seed should be quite comfortable in dealing with. I don't know where he doesn't have an observer out, so he doesn't have any information. I was just having a quick look to see, had he scouted anything? He doesn't know too much. Does spot these speedlings on their way through, but straight away reacts. He's getting another cannon down as well, because it was a very greedy opening getting this 3rd Nexus so soon. And with these units here, with a good number of sentries, with a good amount of energy, Seed will have no problem holding this off. So that is all great, great news for him. Meanwhile, +2, of course, halfway done already. We've got the +1 melee attack on its way down for GLon, as well as the macro hatch, so definitely trying to get into a good spot. Seed is on a great amount of army supply though, 40 army supply to the 19 of GLon, so call it double. We also have Envision now being used by Seed. This is something which means that you don't necessarily need that observer out so quickly, because you can just come over and pick up all the spore crawlers and all the creep. Also, Hallucinate no longer requires an upgrade. That means that you can get a lot of scouting information from Hallucinated Phoenix very fast out of your sentries, which means that this sort of build with our robotics facility is completely reasonable. GLon now losing his 4th base. He is in a massive amount of trouble immediately now. He's trying to get those Mutalisks out, but there's a lot of Stalkers here. Sentry's going to be able to chuck down Guardian Shield. Yet another Envision goes down. There's still enough energy for a mass recall should things go untoward. So Seed able to be so aggressive here. It's great play to see. GLon is in a lot of problems. Straight away goes down the Guardian Shields and the Force Fields. The Mutas are taking a lot of damage. Seed warping in yet another wave of units from that pylon just to the top of the screen at the moment. And well, all in all, we're seeing some good bling, some good aggression. The Mutas are slowly getting chipped away at. Zerglings are trying to get this round, but the Force Fields are absolutely brilliant. And there is the GG. And Seed, quite unsurprisingly, takes this game and just shows how well a simple unit such as the Mothership Core can be utilised in Heart of the Swarm to really throw these other good players off their guard. So, remember, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, if you did enjoy this lovely, lovely cast, make sure you do like the video, make sure you leave a cool comment, and yeah, follow me on Twitter, that would be great. And more importantly, I will catch you all tomorrow for yet another new game. Thank you very much for watching, and bye for now.